Hello class 11th. Today I am going to continue with this chapter number 16 and digestion and absorption. Now this is your last topic of this chapter, nutritional and digestive disorder. Okay, and disorders. Okay, nutritional and digestive disorders. As you know, nutritional disorders like jaundice, constipation, vomiting, okay, and PEM and indigestion are the common disorder of the digestive system. Now first one, this is jaundice. First disorder, nutritional disorder, that is jaundice. Jaundice is a symptom that always indicate serious disease. ठीक है, जब jaundice के symptoms आते हैं तो हमेशा ये indication होता है कि कोई serious disease है. And it characterized by yellow pigmentation of the skin and sclera of the eye. ठीक है, yellow pigmentation first symptom, yellow pigmentation of skin and sclera, first layer है ना, sclera, it's not D, sclera of the eye, and due to bilirubin. Okay, due to which one? Bilirubin. Bilirubin is a pigment, as you know, and excess bilirubin concentration in the blood. Bilirubin is a yellow pigment which is normally produced when old or damaged red blood cells are broken down in the spleen. Okay, bilirubin कब बनता है? जब आपकी red blood cell, old red blood cell broken down होती है in the spleen, and the pigment is then normally removed by the liver and discharged as bile into the intestine to help digestion. However, a number of diseases may cause an abnormal excess this bilirubin to be produced. The excess is then deposited in the body tissue and some passes into the urine, giving it dark brown color. ठीक है, कुछ तो बॉडी में डिपॉजिट हो जाता है, कुछ एक्सक्रीट आउट होता है, तो यूरिन का कलर हमारा डार्क ब्राउन कलर का हो जाता है यूरिन. ओके, jaundice is difficult to recognize in its early stage and may take from a few days to several weeks to develop. Often darkened urine and cream colored stool are noticed first. Later the changed color of the skin is seen. The presence of pigment in the skin often leads to troublesome itching or itch. Okay, jaundice is caused by many different disorders, and three main categories of jaundice occur. Okay, first is prehepatic jaundice. Prehepatic jaundice. Second one is hepatic jaundice. Hepatic jaundice. And third one is extrahepatic jaundice. Extrahepatic jaundice. Okay, prehepatic, extrahepatic and hepatic jaundice. Now first one, this is prehepatic. Prehepatic jaundice due to excess production of bilirubin. This type known medically as hemolysis. Medically it is called as hemolysis. Okay, hemolysis occurs in most normal babies 3 to 5 days after birth. Prehepatic. Okay, urine and stool retain their normal color in all jaundice of hemolytic origin. Apart from the normal jaundice of babies, some less common disorders that cause hemolytic jaundice include sickle cell anemia, rhesus incompatibility and thalassemia major. Now second one is hepatic jaundice due to congenital liver diseases like cirrhosis of the liver. Okay, and or hepatitis. Infections are usually possible for this type of jaundice. Now next one, that is extrahepatic jaundice due to blockage of bile drainage. drainage. Extrahepatic due to a blockage of bile drainage by gallstones or cancer of the bowel or to pancreas also. Okay, that is called extrahepatic jaundice. यानी कि hepatic reason को liver को छोड़ के किसी और वजह से jaundice cause हो रहा है, that is the blockage of the bile drainage by gallstones or cancer of the bowel or the pancreas. Now second one, that is constipation. Constipation. Second disease related to this nutritional and digestive disorder, that is constipation. Infrequent or difficult defecation. Okay, infrequent or difficult defecation which produces discomfort is known as constipation. Constipation क्या होता है? Infrequent or difficult defecation which produce discomfort is known as constipation. It is caused by decreased motility of intestine because of the feces remain in the colon or prolonged period of time. There is excessive water absorption and the feces become dry and hard. Cause क्या होता है constipation का? May be caused by the improper bowel habit, spasm of the colon, insufficient fiber in the diet, inadequate fluid intake, lack of exercise and emotions. Now second one, that is symptoms of this constipation. Difficult or infrequent passing of motion is the main symptom of constipation. In the case of old people or ill patient, persisting failure to empty the bowel may lead to spurious diarrhea or watery discharge, often soiling wet clothes. Okay, and produced by hard feces blocking and irritating the rectum. Next one, treatment. Usual treatment as a mild laxative. Okay, mild laxative such as milk of magnesia that reduce the defecation. Take extra fluid and eat plenty of vegetable, fruits and other roughs. Now next one, that is diarrhea or vomiting. Diarrhea is different and vomiting is different. Okay, diarrhea. Next, third one. Diarrhea, frequent and profuse defecation of liquid feces is called diarrhea. Okay, frequent and profuse defecation of liquid feces is called diarrhea. Okay, now diarrhea, frequent and profuse defecation of liquid feces is called diarrhea. It is caused by increased motility and decreased absorption by intestine. Frequent diarrhea can result in dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. Okay, dehydration and electrolyte disbalance or imbalance. Sometimes it is accompanied by continuous abdominal pain or bleeding from the rectum. It may be caused by lactose intolerance, stress and microbes that irritate the gastrointestinal mucosa. Now next one, that is vomiting. Vomiting, as you know, vomiting are also called emesis. Emesis, and is a condition when contents of a stomach come out through esophagus into the mouth and out of it. Okay, it could be caused by nausea, means unpleasant feeling that often leads to emesis. Constipation or the change in the body equilibrium during travel by car, air or sea. The irritation in the stomach causes abdominal muscle to contract and lead to vomiting. Vomiting is also called emesis. Now next one, that is PEM. It is very important. PEM, protein energy malnutrition. This one, last one, PEM. Protein energy malnutrition covers the spectrum of clinically pictures arise from PEM. Protein energy malnutrition. Protein energy malnutrition covers the spectrum of clinical picture arise from the lack of nutrient in the child's diet. principally protein and calories. It occurs through most frequently in infants and children and is often associated with infection. It is not only a major cause of childhood morbidity and mortality, but also leads to permanent impairment of physical and mental growth of those who survive. Okay, PEM is primarily due to inadequate dietary intake, like appetite loss and all. Inadequate intake of food and quality infections like diarrhea, respiratory infection, measles, intestinal worm infestation. These infections increase requirement of calorie, protein and other nutrient by decreasing their absorption and utilization. The other factor causing PEM are poor environmental condition, large family size, poor maternal health and nutritional status, failure of lactation, premature termination of breastfeeding, delayed weaning, and social and cultural feeding practices, and low birth weight, malabsorption states. Okay, now marasmus and kwashiorkor are the two main disorder due to PEM. Okay, first one, that is kwashiorkor, is also called the wet protein energy malnutrition. Wet protein energy malnutrition. Okay, it is a form of PEM characterized primarily by the protein deficiency. This condition usually appears at the age of about 12 months when breastfeeding is discontinued, but it can develop at any time during child's formative years. It causes fluid retention and dry peeling skin and hair discoloration. People who have kwashiorkor are often with extremely thin arms and legs. The body immune system is often weakened, behavioral development is slow and mental retardedness may occur. Children may grow to normal height but are abnormally thin. Now second one, that is marasmus. Okay, marasmus primarily caused by energy deficiency. Marasmus is characterized by stunt growth and wasting of muscles and tissue. Marasmus usually develops between the age of 6 months and 1 year in children who have been weaned from breast milk or who suffer from weakening condition like chronic diarrhea. Children with marasmus are small in size for their age. Since their immune system are weakened, they suffer from frequent infections. Other symptoms include loss of appetite, diarrhea, skin that is dry and baggy, sparse hair that is dull brown or reddish, yellow, mental retardedness, behavioral retardation, low weight, low body temperature, and hypothermia, and slow pulse and breathing rates.